Peace and love, y'all. It's your girl, the Vibe Priestess, tapping back in with y'all with more messages from Spirit. Just a little tarot wisdom with the Vibe Priestess. And you already know we got to clear the space and the energy. So to the Most High, the creator of all, God, Spirit, universe, ancestors, spirit guides of divine white light, okay? Thank you so much for your divine protection over this space and over this reading. And thank you for clearing out any low vibrational energies, entities, beings, demons, deities, black magic, voodoo, evil eye, hexes, hoodoo, and curses. And so mote it be. Ashe. So yes, y'all, we cleared that space, we cleared the energy. We're going to get right into the reading. Okay, and we're going to see what Spirit has for us today. All right, of course, I already pre-shuffled the deck just so we can jump right into the reading. Okay, and we are going to tap in to see what is this energy of this reading going to be about today. Wow. So it looks like somebody, maybe they're starting to embrace this bitch personality. I don't know though, but we're gonna have to dig deeper into this. So Spirit, let's see, what is this bitch energy about? Okay, because typically I actually when it comes to like when we are paying attention, let's use like celebrities as an example, right? And a lot of women who are big time, you know what I'm saying, they tend to say that whenever they are, you know, evolving in the industry, or you know, as they are becoming bigger, and you know, they are these gatekeepers in a sense that try to block you from your growth and things like that. And it's like they tend to attain this assertiveness in their energy because they have to assert that, hey, I'm not a plaything. You can't play with me like you may have played with her or played with that one, because I'm standing on a certain foundation, or I'm standing on certain morals or integrity, and so I'm not willing to just sell out for anything. And so that's when that bitch, right, gets applied, because it's like, bitch, you know, it's like you just too much. Okay, because you have boundaries, and because you have integrity, you have morals and values that you stand on, and you're not willing to compromise or sacrifice those to, in their essence of, oh, we're providing you an opportunity to come up. Well, baby, y'all can keep that shit then, because if I have to sacrifice anything that comes along with what the Most High has internally showed me that I'm supposed to embody throughout life, and you guys are asking me to compromise that, baby, it's not happening. Okay, you gonna get that bitch. Okay, and ain't nothing wrong with it. So Spirit, let's talk a little bit about this. What about this bitch energy, Spirit? What about this? Yeah, so I see it's like people are coming for you. It's like you did not call for them, and they're coming for you. Okay, these are people that want to appear to be superior to you. They want to appear to be like, you know, they want to sun you. They want to make you feel like, oh, I've been doing this. I'm a this and that. You know, it's like people who try to break you down to build themselves up type of deal, right? Or they have to make you feel less than, or that you're not better than them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, notice the people that it's like when you're doing something great, they give you a unwarranted or like you didn't ask for their opinion about it, right? You just displayed maybe some art or some creativity. You didn't ask them what they thought about it, right? And then they just want to be like, oh, well, you know, you could work on this part and that part. You know what I'm saying? And they want to tell you about how it wasn't perfection. They want to tell you all the things that you need to work on. Okay, but did I ask you? Right? Now that's a bitch type of response. Did I ask you for like feedback? I was just showing you my art. This is what it is. This is, you know, I didn't ask you what you thought about it. And if this is not your cup of tea, baby, you don't have to ever view or hear, or, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the art, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Most of us are, right? So that's what this bitch energy can be about. It's like people trying to come and trying to make you feel like your work is not good enough. what you put out there is not good enough. You still got some work to do before you make it to, you know, my level. You see what I'm saying? It's like always about hierarchy and superiority and things like that. And see, you being a bitch is stepping over these bounds that these people try to set up as if you got to consult with them first before you elevate, before you grow. I think fucking not, okay? So this is you like turning your back away from those bounds, turning your back away from those people who consider gatekeepers, or those people who want to try to act like you shouldn't stand on your business like you are, right? Because it just makes them feel less than. It makes them feel like they don't have the power over you that they want to have, right? So that's what this is about, right? So yeah, what else, Spirit? Yeah, it's like this is what they want to do. It's like they want to cut and they want to stop you from you reaching this level of, you know, emotional fulfillment, right? And that's what it's about. With like when people see you at peace, people see you enjoying and just living your best life. And see, here's the thing too. It's like people will try to dog you or talk down on you, right? Because you have this sense of peace and serenity and success. And when it's not coming from like this realm of things that people tend to identify with success, right? So let's say like I'm just here, I'm peaceful, I'm zen, I'm happy all the time, I'm joyful, I'm grateful of everything that I have. And even if I have something very minimal, even if I don't have a lot, but I'm happy with it, I am happy and joyful, and I don't need much, right? Let's say that you are just, you don't live above your means, or you don't go above and beyond, you know, you're just happy with the small things. You're happy with the beauty of what nature brings and what God has blessed us with, and you're content with that. People will look at you and judge you because you are happy and content and successful, okay? Because you are doing exactly what God, right, has put in place for you. And if God instilled a appreciation for everything, even without having all the materialistic gain that everybody else feels is what you amount to success, that is exactly what gets people steering in the wrong direction. That's exactly how the lower forces can take control, because if they feel like they can wave a few money bags in front of you, they know that you're willing to sacrifice your own integrity, your own values, your own morals, your own, you know, whatever the Most High wants for you. You're willing to sacrifice that for some quick jumping ahead or something like that. You see what I'm saying? And that's just something that I would say is not necessarily going to be the beneficial thing, right? So it's like this is why this bitch energy is prevalent, you know? Fuck it. It ain't nothing wrong with being called a bitch, right? Because it's like the word is more powerful than we tend to think, okay? Because it's really coming from a place, when people use that word, it's coming from a place of like, you're too overly confident. Like, who do you think you are? It's tend to like to be from an energy like that. And it's like, if you have a level of confidence, right? The confidence without the arrogance, you see what I'm saying? Then, you know, that's a beautiful thing, because that's a level of confidence that we all need to have, that when somebody else is trying to break us down or trying to make us feel less than, that we can build up that, bitch, who you think, I don't know who you thought that I was, right? But I'm not weak, right? I'm not a weak link, okay? And people will take your kindness for weakness, and that's when this bitch energy has to pop out every now and then, because it's like people be thinking that you a plaything because you're pure-hearted. And so it's like every now and then you got to let the bitch out. So you can let them know, like, yeah, I'm pure-hearted, bitch, but I got another side. And when it comes to me protecting my space, my energy, bitch, I'm a ride, okay? I'm a ride, and I'm a die about mine. So don't play with me, okay? I'm not the one to play with, but you know what I'm saying? It's like you allow people to show you who they are, and you know how to pick and choose your battles wisely. I'm not saying just you won't smoke with any and everybody, no, but it's like when it comes to a level of you got to really protect yourself, then it is what it is. The bitch is coming out. Who let the dogs out? That's the kind of energy. It's like, who let this motherfucker, who let the bitch off the leash? Okay, that's the type of energy, right, that you gonna be in, that they gonna be in, because they gonna be like, oh shit, I didn't know she was ready. Like, hold on, I should have had on my armor, my bulletproof vest. You feel me? But yes, y'all, with the Three of Cups, this is all about celebration. So this could very well be, right, because, you know, we're tapping into what this energy is about, right? The Three of Cups, I'm getting very much like, you know, this could very well be a group of friends or people that you know, right, that you normally fraternize with and celebrate with, okay? And it looks like these people are, you know, they tend to be like, okay, maybe you're changed, you're different, you know, you're turning your back away from us, you're not, you know, you're not, you know, sharing your emotional, you know, woes and things like that with us, when normally you fill up our cup with all your juice and your business, right? And so it's like when you start switching up with your energy and you're not just as vulnerable, you're not as open, right? You're just more focused on building yourself up, and you know, that's when people want to call you a bitch, right? They're like, who the fuck this bitch thinks she is? She decided that she was gonna take some time out to herself. How fucking dare her? You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is when people think you're a bitch because they're used to you being a people pleaser. They're used to you being available to them at any given moment, and you're not on that no more. And people not, you know, when they're not used to that, they feel like, well, you switching up, you different. Like, okay, and like, there's nothing wrong with evolving, right? It's not like you changing on no funny style shit. You're allowing yourself to be better. You're allowing yourself to grow, okay? You're taking away those things, right, that you've been overly vulnerable, but you also realize that was not beneficial to you. It was not helping you being overly vulnerable. It was not helping you putting your heart on your sleeve and telling everybody your deepest, darkest motherfucking your deepest, darkest vulnerabilities. Like, it was not beneficial to you because of the people that you were sharing those things with. They weren't doing anything positive with the information that you was giving them. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, continue to be that bitch. Whether they think you're a bitch or not, it doesn't matter, because essentially you're not a bitch. But if you have to exhibit certain bitch-like behaviors, it is what it is. You have to put shit in, like, you are the person that has to set boundaries for you, or people are going to continuously cross your boundaries because you don't really have any, right? So now that you're building them up, people who were benefiting from you not having boundaries now have a fucking problem with it. And now you're a bitch because of it. Okay, but this is you just resting. This is you just taking your time. You're going through whatever therapeutic things that you need to go through for your healing. Okay, and because you're taking time to rest, taking time for yourself, you're a bitch. Okay, because you prioritize self and you didn't allow people to become distractions, didn't allow people to dump on you and trauma bond with you and to call you and talk about all of their, you know, low vibrational interactions with this one and that one and all this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because you're putting yourself first and you're deciding that, hey, I'm in a therapeutic space, I'm in a healing space, I'm in a resting space, I'm not in the space to take on too much other energy other than because I got to deal with my own shit right now. You see what I'm saying? And because of that, they've deemed you to be a bitch. Okay, so what else, Spirit? Yeah, but these same people who deem you to be a bitch are the same people who manipulated and deceived you and utilize your vulnerabilities, utilize your pureness of your heart, right, to take from you, to steal from you, whether it was intellectual property, okay, whether it was, you know, your peace, whether it was, you know, it could be anything, right? But you decided that you were going to cut these people loose, okay? And because of that, these people think you're a bitch, because you're not sitting around trying to, you know, question and trying to get them to give you an excuse or anything. You just accepted what it is and you move forward. And see, a lot of times people will put you in a trap to have to go back and forth with them and argue with them and try to prove your point and your perspective versus theirs. And when they're manipulating and deceivers and liars anyway, there's no point, because you're never going to get down to the truth or to the root of the issue. So it's like, you better off just walking away from these deceitful people and letting them view you as being a bitch. Who fucking cares? Who cares? Who cares? They can call you a bitch, right? Because you have a more important mission, right? That is more about you honing in on your gifts and sharing them with other people who are gifted as well, right? But may not know how to utilize the gifts that they have, okay? This is you being able to empower these people by having, you know, whether it be charitable things that you're doing to empower people from your wisdom, or just whatever spiritual gift that you have, or it just being charitable, right? Going out and doing beautiful things for people, you know, who may be less fortunate, things like that. But I think this is more about sharing your gifts to empower other people, okay? And since you have prioritized these gifts and you've prioritized the empowerment of others, right? These people who don't feel like they benefit from the awareness of this information, like you putting this information that's out there, there's people that is not benefiting this because they're the ones being manipulative and deceiving and stealing and utilizing, and they're the ones able to benefit from people being vulnerable, from people not being in this bitch energy, from people just being too nice, right? So these people are not happy about this charitable work that you're doing, that you're putting this information out there, because now it's making them work extra hard to be more deceiving, because now you're putting it in people's minds to pay attention to certain cues and certain things that show them the evidence of, you know, whatever it is that you've been through, right? That you're helping people have this level of awareness, right? Yeah, and because of this is about you taking a journey of your pursuit of happiness. People feel like, how dare you walk away? Like, who the fuck do you think you are to start a new life, okay? It's like when you decide that you're going to become better and you're going to pursue things that are good for you, when that hasn't been what you've been doing. And even though it probably has been what you've been doing, it's that you don't always convey and communicate. Like, a lot of times self-work is from within. It's not I have to sit here and talk about it and put myself on this in this spotlight about me wanting to become better spiritually, mentally, physically, okay? But when you walk away to pursue that, right, not everybody's going to understand, because everybody doesn't understand the healing process. Everybody is not wanting to even go through the healing process. Some people are just more like, they're just okay with being unhealed, and that's perfectly fine. But don't judge me and think that I'm a bitch because I'm doing something that's going to be, it's not only going to be helpful for me. Once I'm empowering myself, I'm going to be able to also empower those around me, or empower, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm just being self-absorbed, you know what I'm saying? It's just more about building me up so I can do more for the ones that I love. You see what I'm saying? That's what that's about. But people, you know, people don't always have this, you know, logical way of thinking of things, and so, you know, because of that, they just deem you a bitch. Okay, it is what it is, right? But here's what spirit will do, okay? The Four of Wands, this is about people that are going to be equally yoked. It's like you can allow those people who deem you to be a bitch, okay? That's perfectly fine. Allow them to think that about you, right? You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to say, no, guys, I'm not a bitch. Like, I really love you guys. I really care. I just, you know, I have to love myself first. I have to care about me first. And I have to put myself in a position that I can help others without the detriment of myself, okay? And so it's like, you can sit here and try to talk to your blue in the face and try to explain this logical way of thinking that you already feel like people should already just naturally fucking know, right? But since they don't, that's fine. But spirit is putting you in position, right, to be in alignment with people who understand the way that you think, that understand the values, the morals, the integrity. The foundation has to be built first, and the alignment has to be there. And that's what's happening, right? And since you want to pursue that, and you rather choose that over the old bullshit that you were dealing with, oh, you're a bitch because of it. Okay, well, so motherfucking be it. So motherfucking be it. Because with the magician, it's like, baby, I literally can be whatever it is I want to be. So it's like, it might be convenient for me to be a bitch today, right? But tomorrow I'll be a motherfucking magician, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Like, you can reinvent yourself. You are a powerful being, okay? You have all of the tools that you need in order to accomplish any of the things on your mind that you seek out to pursue in life. You have the power to do it, okay? And that's what happens too. People be thinking like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, she gotta be performing some kind of magic, because how? You know, the thing is, people always looking to make sense of things, but when it's God, when it's divine, when it's the Most High, it don't even have to make sense. That's what miracles are. Like, miracles are things that happen that we can't necessarily make sense of it unless we know God. The only way it's gonna make sense is if we know God, right? When miraculous things happen, or otherwise we're just gonna be like, wow, that was so cool. Like, but it's like, no, like, yeah, it's cool because God did it. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, everything's cool when God is involved. You see what I'm saying? But it's like that awareness, okay? But when people don't consider the Most High, then they just don't understand. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand. But here it is, like, Two of Cups is like, it's all about that partnership, okay, with the Most High. It's like when you have that connection with the Most High, and you got, it's like, I talk about this universal language that we can attain to communicate with the Most High, okay? And that's what this is about, okay? Not only is this about the balance, okay, because this could be very well about twin flame energy, okay? This is all about partnership. But when you are in alignment with the Most High, it is a partnership with God, okay? Now, let me tell you this much, because God will literally put you in positions, okay, and place you in darkness or place you in light, okay? He will place you in all different types of things. And if it isn't for your partnership and communication and understanding and willing to work with the Most High, right, just like he put you in darkness, he can move you out of it, and just, you know, he can put you in the light and move you out of it as well, right? So this is all about having that connection, so you can ensure, right, that whatever the agreement is with you and the Most High, that partnership is mutual, okay? You guys are working for the same, you guys have the same purpose, but the actions that you take is going to be different, right, from the actions that the Most High takes. But it's just being in that alignment, right? And that's what this is about, okay? Being that alignment, because with you being in alignment with the Most High, and you being the magician, being able to access, you know, because you have all the tools, because when you have the Most High, you literally have everything that you need, okay? And so he's going to provide that, okay? With the magician, he's provided you with all the tools, okay? But with that being said, right, people view you as a bitch because they feel like, who does she think she is? Oh, she thinks she's anointed. Oh, she think, you know what I'm saying? It's like the hater, like people who are of low vibrational forces, okay? It's like they just don't understand, because they picked a side and they chose to stay there. And if they decided that they want to evolve and work out the karmic debt that they created by choosing that, but God always gives us the space to regroup, right? He gives us the will. Like, we have free will. Whatever day we decide that we want to choose free will to be on the side of the Most High, okay, then he's gonna have that map laid out for you, in a sense, to let you know, yeah, it's gonna be, it's a lot of challenges along the way, but like, here's the thing, the pure-hearted people had to go through it. they had to deal with the fucking karma. They had to deal with the darkness and things like that. But the things that got them through that was that light of the Most High shining in their core of them, okay? Giving them that light to lead them through that darkness, okay? And that's the hard part with the people who are living in that darkness, okay? They got so much dark that when they're in the dark, they don't know how to see themselves out of it, okay? So that's what it's about, is connecting with the Most High, so that way, you know, so you can be lit up through darkness, okay? But at the same time, like it says, people view you as a bitch because of this connection that you have with the Most High, and they feel like it's unfair, right? People will judge your circumstances and feel like that life is just easy for you, but they don't really even understand everything that you've been through. They don't even know your journey, right? You make the shit look easy, and people hate that shit because they want to see you fucking struggling, right? But you keep being that bitch. You're that bitch, okay? Don't forget that when they say bitch, for them to put that in front of it, okay? You're that bitch, for anybody that has something to say about you being a bitch, okay? Well, baby, I'm the head bitch, right? What did Tiffany Paul used to say? I'm head bitch in charge, okay? So make sure they put that in there too when they said that, oh, you was a bitch all of a sudden, right? Because you've you've mastered the matters of the heart, okay? 3 of Swords is all about prioritizing your heart space, okay? And so when things are not honoring your heart chakra, right? Things that are coming in that's meant to block it and not allowing you to display who you are at the core of yourself, okay? Because you decided that you're going to make heart of the matters priority, and you're not going to continue to be played and let your heartstrings be used against you, right? You chose to be the bitch instead, because it's like when you're in a situation like this, you be having to, you see the swords, right? You gotta cut shit, you gotta, and you know what I'm saying, like this is like they literally stabbed the heart, okay? So this is like one of those things where it's like you had to put your foot down. You had to stand on business about, hey, I'm not letting y'all stab me in the heart anymore. I'm not letting y'all, you know what I'm saying, cause any heartache within me anymore. And you know, because of that, you may be being viewed as a bitch. You see what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? But that's just people's perception, and they have the right, I guess, to have it, right? But see, with the moon, a lot of things are being revealed, right? Because the moon is all about the darkness, but the moon sheds light over the night sky, okay? And it casts shadows, right? So this could very well be, right? This is all about the deceiving way and view, right? Like anybody that's saying that you're a bitch, they don't really feel like that other than the fact that it's just an envious space, right? Bitch is just a word that you call somebody when you want to disrespect them. They don't really think that you are really a bitch. Like they're just more hating on your energy because they can't mimic it, right? Like with this moon, it's all about rituals, right? And rituals, like a lot of people be wanting a destiny swap. A lot of people be wanting to siphon your energy to use it for their own agendas and things like that, okay? So this is why we have to pay attention to the fact that, you know, being a bitch is not a bad thing, because when we have to assert our boundaries and, you know, and we have to let people know that we not about to play with them, okay, that's the type of energy that you got to possess. You know, it's hard to set boundaries being nice, okay? I had to deal with that a lot, you know, when I was still green and I was naive, you know, and I would deal with a lot of people who would try to push their agendas onto me. And even though I may have already stated like, hey, you know, I'm not into that, or nah, I don't, you know, it's like you will still see these people manipulate and try to push you and coerce you into doing the same thing that you're not into. And so it's like, if you're just timid or meek, people who are manipulative and deceitful, they don't have a problem with overstepping your boundaries. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, sometimes it's necessary to be in this bitch energy. I'm telling you, because with these people, you gotta be a bitch to these type of people, because they're a bitch. You know, they're treating you, you know, they dogging you the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you might have to be in that energy. You know what I'm saying? Just because people trying to take your kindness for weakness, and you gotta show them, baby, I'm not that nice, baby. I just told a motherfucker that the other day, like, okay, I'm not that nice, right? Because I don't want people to ever get it twisted. Like, I used to, like, you know, more appreciate that people would think that I was just, you know, such a nice person and all of this. But now I don't take that as a compliment, because it's like, well, what are you trying to say? Because I'm not that nice, baby. I am not. And you just gotta let it be known when people acting like they're just so, you know, baby, I do got boundaries still, baby. I do still put my foot down, okay? Let them know that you're not that nice, honey. You're not that nice. But yeah, the Ten of Wands is like laying down the burdens, okay? This is you may in the past taking on a lot of burdens from people because you were trying to be too nice, because you was a people pleaser, because you didn't want to be a bitch, right? You wanted to ensure that people were taken care of, was, you know, that was, you know, you liked, it's not like you was a people pleaser, like you weren't, it's like you're not a people pleaser from a standpoint of like feeling obligated or feeling like, you know, pushed into it per se. I think you, like a people pleaser, you were more like, that's just naturally who you are at heart. Like, you naturally are kind, you naturally don't mind doing for others. You like to put smiles on people's faces. You like for people to go from, if they're in a low vibration, you like be able to bring people out of that, and you like to see people healing and happy and enjoying life, right? So like, when you do things for people, you do it out of the kindness of your heart, okay? It's not because you feel like you're obligated or you're supposed to. You really feel good about it, right? But that's what'll happen though, is that people will they'll take that and they'll assume that because you are just a nice person, that, you know, you're weak. Not because right, they take it as like you're weak because you feel like you have to be this way, versus this is just who you are as a natural person. But at the same time, is you can, whatever you're applying to a situation to try to uplift or empower somebody, you can remove that energy as well. Like, you're not in a space where, once you realize something for what it really is, to reroute and regroup and say, okay, well, I was directing this energy towards you to empower you, but I see that you're just not using it for the right things, and I'm gonna have to disperse my energy. And I call my energy back, because when people are ungrateful, not appreciative of the blessings that come from your energies and from being in your presence, you see what I'm saying? Because just for off your presence, okay, people are blessed. People's energy is uplifted just by being around you, okay? Because you're so high vibrational. So yeah, like, it is what it is. If you are so-called being a bitch, or because of that, you know, it is what it is. I'm sorry to hear that, right? But yeah, Two of Wands is just saying like, you're taking different action. Like, you decided that, yeah, moving forward, I'm moving differently, and you know, and I don't have a problem with the way that people might view me because of this. It is what it is. Like, I'm on a new mission, okay? and I'm on a new mission, right? The Fool came out. It's like, yes, you're taking this journey because you feel the light that's guiding you within is you feel that it's the right way to go, right? And you know that it's honoring self. So you're just like, it is what it is. I could be disappointing people. People could be upset with me after I go through this, hermit or awakening process in my life, and I come out of it, and maybe I'm willing and ready to open myself back up to the world. We're going to see who's still standing, right? We're going to see who's still there, because at the end of the day, I'm at the point where I'm just taking a leap of faith. I don't know exactly what the outcome is going to be, but I know Spirit is guiding me to do this. So it's like this person is going on a journey, and they're not thinking about the outcome or the destination. They're just being guided and being led by Spirit, and Spirit be guiding you to alleviate certain people, places, things from your interaction. Okay. And it is what it is, because when you are guided by the Most High guides you in ways that like a normal person who's tied down to a 9-to-5 or tied down to, a more traditional lifestyle, they're not going to be able to pursue the things that the Most High has for them, because they're not willing. They're not going to take that leap of faith to just go when God says go, right? That's what this energy is about. It's like when God says, okay, it's time for you to move. Okay, I'm going to put you here because you have something to be, I got a mission for you here, right? A lot of people is not willing to just get up and go and trust that God is going to have their back to put them in that space, and that they're going to be taken care of, because they're like, well, damn, I gotta eat, I gotta put gas in the car, I have to clothe myself, I have to have a shelter, all these different things. Like, I need money, I don't have a job, if I leave this place and I go over there and I do that, like, how am I gonna take care of this, right? That's the matrix, right? All of that is the matrix. But when it's God, right, you don't even have to worry about those things, because God provides. God is always going to provide, right? But like when you have this type of belief system, people look at you like you crazy. They like, this bitch. Like, they're looking at it, instead of like, oh, you're a bitch, it's like, this bitch, what the fuck wrong with her? You know what I'm saying? It's like people can't correlate to your connection to the Most High. They don't understand that you're so connected, that you trust your faith of a mustard seed, right? You're willing to take these leaps of faith when nobody else is willing to do it, because they don't believe as much as you. Like, you don't believe, that connection to the Most High, and through experience that God has always had you no matter what, and that He continues to have you, continues to show you. And so that's why you don't care about nobody calling you this bitch or bitch at all in any sense or any form, right? Because the Most High continues to show and prove that He has you protected, okay, no matter what. And you're probably a bitch because you carry yourself like that, and they don't like it. They don't like you to be confident about God's protection over you, or and how your ancestors don't play about you, right? But yeah, because they want you to be in this Hierophant energy where you're just the traditional way of thinking. They don't like anybody that's not traditional, locked into the matrix. Anybody that is, listening to the status quo and the propaganda and fitting right into what the system has placed for us to be this specific type of prototype or whatever. Okay, this is you saying, I'm not in the status quo, like I'm rebelling against this. This is you deciding that when something is spoken that is not true and is brought to you, you're going to communicate what the truth really is, regardless of who thinks you're a bitch because of it. Okay, if it has to do with you, the truth is going to be exposed. Period. Okay, it doesn't matter, because you are the truth. Okay, so when it comes to the Hierophant, that's what this is about. This is about somebody telling you, like, what did I say? I said, this is somebody trying to exert their authority over you when you know the truth, right? This is exactly somebody who will call you a bitch because of that, because they feel like they're the end all be all, right? They're very arrogant. They may have a lot of people that ride their coattails, that feed their ego, that feed them thinking that they are the end all be all of all truth and all religion and all, you know, you need to listen to me because I'm the, this is like God complex. But baby, you're not God, so I don't care. The matrix is not God. This, you know, the laws that's been set up in this matrix is not God. If it ain't God, then, you know, that's not the final say for me, when it might be for others, right? But the Most High is the final say for me. So if it may go against some worldly views or go against what the status quo thinks, when you're of the Most High, you don't give a fuck, and you'll be a bitch because of it to other people, and it's okay. And it's okay, right? Because with the Queen of Wands, this is you being very royal, okay? You have this ethereal, and it's a sex appeal too. It's like, this is somebody who really taps into their feminine energy, okay? Where they know that they can create something out of nothing, okay? This is somebody who knows how to work with the spiritual elements, okay? This is somebody who works with the unseen, all right? So this is somebody who would very well be called a bitch because you walk around and you know who the fuck you are. You carry yourself with a certain confidence, okay? And it's like, you don't have a problem. Like, it's like people will try to place you in boxes, but you don't fit in those boxes, okay? This is a woman who's very feminine, right, and sexy, but she can also go and do things that somebody who may be more masculine can do, okay? This is somebody who goes on, you know, they might go on a hike up a very strenuous, you know, mountain or something like that. Like, this is somebody who's very capable of doing it all, okay? So, like, people will call you a bitch because they feel like you just think you just do anything you want to, don't you? Like, this is like, think about Karens, right? Karens, who the fuck do they be thinking they are? Like, why do they think that they can go walk up to a random person and try to dictate how they're moving or what they're doing? Or why do they think it's their business, right? That's what I'm feeling about this. Like, it's like you get a lot of Karen energy because you embody this level of royalty, but people look at it like it's self-proclaimed. It's like, who deemed you to be royal? Who deemed you to be a light being? Who deemed you to be anointed? Who deemed you to be, you know, this big deal? You see what I'm saying? It's like the gatekeepers, right? Because we keep talking about that. There's a lot of gatekeepers that control who can have a certain level of success and who can't. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, when you achieve success without the gatekeepers approving you, when you achieve success without all the naysayers and the flying monkeys and all of these people that might have something negative to say about you, it's like, when that narrative is not fitting of to who you really are, baby, oh, you're a bitch then. Please believe, baby, you're definitely a bitch then, because I didn't deem her qualified. How did she get here? Okay? This is the type of energy these motherfuckers be on, okay? But baby, you deem yourself victorious, okay? You remain victorious over all of these types of situations, okay? Because as long as you are endowed with the light of God, making sure that you are flowing with what he has for you, baby, there's nothing that can stop you. Okay, it doesn't matter what they try, okay? Because this is all about you being a winner. Like, you're victorious over any challenge. And a lot of times these challenges are like premeditated conspiracy, right? These people are like really working against you, right? To try to, I don't know, just slow you down, you know, on your path or your journey, okay? Like, what we don't understand is a lot of these people have lower forces working through them. So a lot of times it's like we have to learn how to take away the identity of this individual person. Like, let's just use an example of someone who has tried to, you know, do something, you know, sabotaging. Let's say if you've ever been in a situation where somebody tried to intentionally sabotage you, okay? You have to learn how to take the identity of that person off and say, you know, they were moved by a lower vibrational entity or energy or deity or demon or whatever. It was like it was something else that was motivating their action at that time. So that way we learn how to stop, like, almost having this attachment to people because of who they are, when we realize, well, that probably wasn't even them, right? They were activated like by a lower force that caused them to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so then we can learn how to detach much faster, because then we realize, oh, you've been compromised, baby. Your vessel has been compromised. You give access to the lower forces to access your energy. So now you're Agent Smith. Now, like, anytime something's happening, I don't know that I can trust you, because you can be activated by the lower forces and now you can turn against me, right? This is the type of mindset that we got to have now with people who are doing intentional sabotaging, narcissism, dark empath, like siphoning energy and things like that. Pay attention to that shit, okay? Because you remain victorious because you have this level of awareness, okay? So continue to be aware. Don't let people put fucking wool over your eyes, right? When you see something, see it for what it is. I don't give a fuck if it's mystical, spiritual, whatever. Like, your eyes seeing something, okay? And if you've seen it, it was there, okay? And now you have to rationalize it to make it make sense. But a lot of times that's what we'll do. We'll see things and we'll just wave it off as like, oh, that was just, you know, because our rational mind will try to make sense of it, okay? But we have to learn how to embody and embrace when we see things. Like, you know, I've seen attachments on people, like physical, like I've seen attachments on people, and like later on kind of question myself about it, because I, like, logically I had to make sense of it, right? And every time I was trying to make sense of it, you know, there's levels that you can't consider when you don't consider the unknown. So it doesn't help you come to this full understanding of what it was that you even experienced, okay? But now I don't put nothing past nothing. Like, if I know that I seen that, I know that I experienced that, and I consulted with the Most High, He confirmed to me that I wasn't tripping, okay? And so that's what it was. And there's nobody around me that can come and try to talk me down and make me believe that that's, oh, that didn't, no, that's not, no, this is actually what happened. People that try to persuade your perception, pay attention to that. And when you start to, you hold your square on what it is that you know what was and happened and how it happened with you, right? You're gonna be a bitch. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is. Anytime you standing on business about you, your, you know, your stance on life and how you're moving and things like that, yes, that's just how it happens, y'all. So look, I'm at 47 minutes. So let me go ahead and let's get some advice real quick. We're gonna pull a few cards for advice and see what we have. So the advice is going to be that, yes, finding somebody that's equally yoked, okay, that God will be sending somebody in that is going to be in alignment with your path, okay? And people that are not in alignment, this is not always about just like, oh, I got to get married, you know, or soulmate. It's more about people that are in alignment with your purpose, your soul path, your soul family type of deal. People that are going to come into your realm of existence, right, to help these things play out, right? So this is all about being in alignment. Once you have people that are in alignment with your spirit and your soul, right, these people will understand you, and these people are not going to think just because you are holding boundaries. They're going to know why. They're going to also have boundaries. They're also going to know why it's important to have those, and they're not going to try to criticize you for, you know, standing on business when it's necessary and when you need to, okay? So yeah, that's what this is about. Like, only entertaining folks who are in alignment. And if you're not in alignment, it's okay. It's just, you're not on my assignment, okay? Right now, it's like, if you're not in alignment, you're not on my assignment. I'm not here, like, I'm here to work for mission purposes, right? So it's like, you're not on my assignment right now, so I have to keep it moving. Okay, that's what that's really about, is just realizing that when God says it's time for you to let somebody go or to move along, you need to follow that, because you know, a lot of times he's keeping you out of deeper shit that you could be getting yourself involved in with dealing with these people or whatever is attached to these people. Okay, what else, Spirit? What other advice? Yes, and this is about not like allowing these people who have painted you to be this bitch or, you know, whatever, to allow you to have your vulnerabilities. Like, this is you. See, before, when you were vulnerable, right? You were vulnerable about things that may have been insecurities. You were vulnerable about things that maybe you weren't proud of and things like that. But see, here's the difference, right? You're no longer feeling, you've healed those insecurities. You've healed those things that you may have felt in those moments of being vulnerable that you shared with someone. Those specific things were not something that you wanted to get around or for anybody to hear, okay? And what this is saying is that, yes, it is safe for you to be vulnerable. And what's better is that when you are extremely vulnerable, it allows, like, it actually protects the judgment of others. It's like when you're vulnerable and you're true about who you are, your experiences, how it's built you up, how you become better because of the challenges and the darkness that you may have had to go through, right? This protects you, though, from judgment of others, in a sense, because it's like you are standing in your truth, right? You know how it's like when you go to a comedy show and you're like one of those people that sit in the front and you get roasted by the comedian, right? You know, the people that always overreact to like being roasted are the ones that like look the dumbest, probably feel the dumbest afterwards, and they just like, but it's like the people that sit there and laugh with the comedian and they just kind of like embrace it and they realize this is supposed to be, this is an experience, like da, 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 and they like laugh. It's like nobody even remembers it after, and it's just like that person is able to sit there and enjoy the comedy show. And, you know, it's just all fun and games. You see what I'm saying? This is what this is about, okay? Not allowing the so-called flaws or whatever the negative things that people may be viewing about you and try to break you down to try to make you feel less about yourself, right? This is you like, oh really, that's the news out on the street about me, for real? Oh shit, that's crazy. Like, you know, it's just like being lighthearted about everything, not caring enough, right, to allow it to move you. People's perceptions, that's all that it is. It's not the reality, it's not the truth. It may be in their mind, but not in your world. You see what I'm saying? So the reality is like for you to be able to hold on to your vulnerability, and even now be more open with your vulnerability, because now those things that you were vulnerable about are actually the things that are your strengths now. They were the things that made you become better, stronger, to respond to things differently, that helps you overcome challenges and stuff like that, right? So that's what that's about, y'all. So I love that. That was really great as the last advice, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and not hold y'all too much longer. We're almost at an hour, okay? And it's just, anytime I do a video that's like an hour long, it takes so long to like upload to YouTube and all these different things. So I'm trying to keep my videos like a little bit short, because that's just so annoying that it takes so long for me to get these videos uploaded. But yes, y'all, I want to remind y'all to go visit my Instagram page, The Vibe Priestess, okay? My TikTok is Vibe Priestess Tarot. My YouTube is also Vibe Priestess Tarot. I have links in my descriptions on my YouTube videos that show you how to access your Goddess Gang Divination journals. I have a God Is Gang Divination journal. I have a Goddess Gang Evil Eye Protection Divination journal. These are all empowered with spirit, with sigils, with the Most High, okay, to amplify your manifestations, okay? There's I am affirmations, and there's a slot for you to enter in your affirmations to remind you of your greatness as you write down your goals and the things that you're wanting to aspire into your life. So I encourage for you guys to go there, get you a Goddess Gang Divination journal, okay? And I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace and love.